All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Ascendance of a Bookworm, Season 1, Episode 1.
All right.
We're finally doing this show.
I've been waiting to do this show for a while, but I'm excited that it's here. We're doing another isekai, I believe.
Probably.
Kinda?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the nature of the isekaiing. All I know is that we're going to be following a freaking nerd.
Yeah.
A bookworm nerd. Which is cool, because that's what we are.
Well, because that was the original kind of way that you would show that someone was a nerd, is that they like books.
Right.
Not that they like video games and stuff. Because, that's a recent thing.
Can I read this book with you? No.
Exactly. the conversation starter. What book are you reading?
Yep. Yeah, that's just...
Answering your question? Now go away.
But I can't read that. Oh my god.
I can read. Not well, but I can read.
Yeah.
I'm very curious how being a bookworm will cause this person to ascend. Knowledge is probably very helpful.
I think that'll primarily be knowledge. But I think the other side of it that will be the most fascinating will be that they have then themselves a litany of stories and knowledge to draw forth. And it will make them be very charismatic in the exact opposite way that it would be in our world.
Sure.
Because we don't have that sense of wonder necessarily.
You have knowledge. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Or
you have deep lore of these heroes in your world or what have you.
Sure.
It's like, wait, what? There was this guy that took a ring, even though he was only 3.5 feet tall, across giant
You just economically
lands.
take over the isekai world with just fiction.
Yeah, just fiction.
I mean, that would be pretty fantastic.
That'd be pretty awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. I'm hoping that maybe we get to see some that sort of anime food prawn kind of stuff, but with bookmaking, because books in a fantasy setting
You're
won't necessarily
that leather binding,
that glue,
that hot glue,
the pages. Yeah.
Talk dirty to me. Talk textiles to me.
Right.
Exactly. So, all right, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into this.
Oh.
Ooh, so quiet.
Yeah. Are we already in the fantasy setting?
I think so, yeah. Just done well, or just... Oh.
What a voice.
Deep voice. Magic item.
Nice little detail.
Oh. It makes you sleep. Ah.
All right.
Oh, she writes books.
Cool.
Have you ever looked at someone and wondered what is going on inside their head?
Yeah.
So now he's gonna get It's gonna be all these worlds.
Wait, if this is an isekai, this is gonna be very funny.
And we're gonna get to see the past naturally because Oh, it's a cool way to visualize it as well. Everything.
All of it. If it was
There's
on pages,
no
you read it.
Preference.
人類の知識が詰め込まれたあらゆる本を心から愛し、本に囲まれて生きることに幸せを感じていた。それなのに。
Oh no!
死ぬ間際。
Wait.
The bookshelf founder!
Yeah.
It's the classic death! No!
あれ変わっても本を
Okay,
たく
I
さん
love
読
it.
めますように。
An isekai that doesn't utilize truck-kun.
Nope.
Book-kun instead.
Bookcase kun or book
Yeah.
bookshelf kun. Those things weigh a lot with all those books in there. If that
Books are
thing
heavy.
falls.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay, this is her new family that she reincarnates into.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be so wholesome.
あれ声が遠く 待って。
Whoa.
Just a dream.
ここどこ？これ私の手？
So not quite
私間
isekai
違い
at
なく
birth
死
or
んだよね。
something.
それ
Right,
とも
right.
死ぬ間際に変な夢でも見てるとか？
Okay, memories intact of the past. Yeah.
夢じゃない。どういうこと？どうしてこんなところに？誰だろう？髪が緑色。
おねの働きを
A language I don't understand. Yeah.
言葉がわからない。誰かの記憶が頭に流れ込んでくる。
Well, that's got to be a rude awakening.
違う、マインじゃない。私は元スーラの。
マインマイン大丈夫？
Oh, I understand it now. Yeah.
で、私は悟った。図書館に就職が決まったことを一緒に喜んでくれたお母さんにはもう二度と会えないんだと。
Dang.
お母さん、ごめん。
Oh.
Okay.
本があればな。そうだよ。本さえあればどんな環境にも我慢できる。
But if it's
Because
a
then
world
you're
without
somewhere
books, she's gonna be like Thanos and be like, fine, I'll do it myself.
Right.
私に本を。本、どこにあるんだろう。
Yeah, that would be so insane if you get isekai'd and straight up just invent the written word, or just books at least.
ねえ、トゥーリー、本持ってきて。
What's that?
本？うん、本が読みたいの。本って何？トゥーリは本を知らないのかな？ちょっと待って、本を知らないってどう？
Like maybe they have writing, but they don't have books
Right.
specifically. Because it's only useful for like trade and numbers and things, you know?
Yeah, or for like, stone tablets or something like that for like really important stuff.
Or it's just so expensive, you know, that...
Uh-huh.
今のうちに本を探すんだ。
Okay.
Cold?
本のためなら。
Just dirty.
Oh, sure. That's
As if she might have been used to a very like cushy life.
服か。
Because I get the feeling she got isekai'd.
なんだろうこれ。
It doesn't seem to have been from like a modern time.
じゃあ次は隣の部屋だね。
That's a big door.
これはいきなり難関じゃない？
All right, get a box.
本の
Oh
ためだ
no,
から仕方
you're gonna put a
ないよね。
clean, like, all over that dirty floor. Oh no.
This is still not enough. And then it shuts again.
No, no, no.
名誉の負傷だね。
Medal of Honor.
開いた。
Well,
Hang on a second.
ここにはないかな。
Okay, so no crazy strong reaction to seeing like the low technology.
この木？鍵がかかっている。
I think she still thinks she's in a dream, you know?
家中探したのにどこにも本がない。どうして？もしかしてこの世界
There's a good guess, yeah.
の知る歴史でも
Yep.
印刷機で大量生産できるようになるまで本は非常に高価なもの
Printing press was amazing.
は本を読む機会なんてなかったはず。しゃ
But they would still know about them.
ない
Nope.
ないないどうして文字が一つもないの？私本当に
Yep.
ここで生きていくの？
This is gonna be the worst. Pinch me again, yeah.
インおとなしく寝てなさいって言ったでしょ。
Breaks down
そ
crying.
れにこんなに散らかして。
Yeah.
本がない。
どうしたのマイ
Yeah, what? Why?
どこか痛いの
Or what are you saying? Yeah.
Yeah, do they not even...
本が欲しい。本が読みたい。それだけでいいのに。
So does the mom understand what a book is?
誰か教えてよ。
Mom's just like, okay, this is a weird sickness. She's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
spouting gibberish.
前になって3日。
Okay.
この3日間本当に
It's been
大変
hell.
だったっていうか、ここ
She's got a mild flowers for Algernon situation.
Yeah. Okay.
早くも
Yeah. Throwing all that aside.
これ折っていい？
それ人形だよ私の宝物なのに
That's so rude.
ごめんね。かんざしって言ってもわかんないか。
Right.
Yeah.
この人形の足みたいな細い木の
Well, let's go look for one.
それくらいだったら
Yeah, that'd be easy.
こんな感じでいいの？
Oh, they're bonding now.
Cool.
うまくできてる？ダメだよマイ。全部髪をあげるのは
Oh, that's a status thing with age.
Okay.
これな
Yeah, compromise.
と思うよ。前から見ると棒が刺さっているみたいだけど。いいのいいの。
Okie doke.
熱は下がってるわね体はだるくない
Not really.
Nah.
じゃあ母さんと一緒に
Yes, the outside world.
買い物？家の中にはなかったけど。
Yes, yes. Books. Let's go.
私行きたい。
あら急に元気になったじゃない
だって楽しみなんだもん。
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. What?
寒狭くそ。
This is actually a pretty big building now that I think about it.
Yeah.
マインは体が弱いからいつも殺しているのか。
Okay.
So they've always been taking care of you a little bit, so...
Wow.
Yeah, they've got
That's
a
impressive
kind of
for a
public
wood structure.
kind of housing kind of deal here, yeah.
Yeah.
へえ、ここって集合住宅なんだ。
Nice.
ここから水を汲んできてるんだね。
Very cute and colorful, then... Oh, geez.
Oh, okay, so we are in a
Yeah, we're in a
city.
city. It's a far way to the market. Keeps
Okay,
the...
cool. And the stone chimneys, that's a nice little detail. So it's like, it's probably like, you know, a lot of it's stone, but then the rest
Right.
is wood. Yes.
Ooh, a cathedral.
You know, they probably will have a book or two there.
Right, so
The
a very limited
slits.
world that they're in.
でも領主様がいるお城があって城壁に囲まれてるってことはここは一応都会ってことだよね。なのに街の中にももっと
Oh, they use pictograph system. Oh.
その発想はなかっ
That's
た。
oh, that's
何
rough.
市場に着いたわよ
But I mean, that makes sense because if a lot of places, like at a time like this, literacy would be really low, even if language,
Right.
written word was a thing.
ないっていう発想はなかった。文字がなければ本なんて
None at all. But picture books. They have numbers though.
Right.
あの板何？
ああ値段が書いてあるのいくらで買えるかわかるようになってるのよ
数字だ数字
Yeah, you have to have a number system. You can't have society without math. Yeah.
これが20リオンでこっちが23リオン
じゃあこれは30リ
正解よこんな
Nice.
オン？何この匂い？
Ah. All the meat.
Yep.
マイどうしたの
Yep. She's still 6 or 5 or whatever, you know.
Well, and sheltered, maybe well-to-do upbringing, right?
Right.
ちょっと具合が悪くて迷惑かけないようにじっとしてます。
あらまあ、そういうのにしっかりしたお嬢ちゃんだね。いいよ、早く買い物終わらせておいで。また倒れたら大変だろ。
心配なら店の中に入っておると。
All right, familiarize yourself with what's here.
Just be a chatterbox and ask tons of questions.
A mirror.
That looks like a book, too. Or it's a ledger, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, glass case.
Yeah, yeah. Oh!
Right, but it's effectively like just
treasure, you
Yeah,
know.
it's super valuable.
The music change. Why would you sell books? Yeah. Right.
Right.
Yep. It would take way too long. Yeah. Dang.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, we got the economics down. The sweet
Yeah.
scent of ink! No, how about I hold it? Yeah.
Never get it back.
No,
No, she could rip pages. She could do all kinds of things.
By the way, she was a little obsessed with my
Yeah.
book. You know.
I'm surprised she didn't go for the angle of like okay, what if you held it and just showed me the inside, you know?
I think he'd be like, is this some kind of scam? You know,
How could I scam you? I'm 6.
pretty smart for a 6-year-old. You know.
Oh, shit.
Hey, you are still in a very specific land and city. Like, that doesn't mean it's hopeless, you know.
Right.
You're not just in a time where nobody, you know, comprehends that stuff. Necessarily.
The cathedral is probably one of your best...
Yep.
Okay.
I said that out loud. Yeah.
That could be a decently lucrative profession, too.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, we have
Very
our
simple
objective.
first start, but
Make a book.
economics.
Yeah.
But yeah, mom and dad will not be able to help.
Nope.
But Turi seems like she'd be all willing to help, though. She could be your forager, you know? Help me collect, you know, just random, you know,
Right.
shit that we can put this stuff on.
And the, you know, potentially very scary way that things could have gone of I'm sure I can steal it. And then it's like,
No.
okay.
All right. A world
right.
without books.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's rough. And it's not that it's a world without books, but we have a very clear class kind of system in play here. We are in a world with no printing press, so therefore, information
would be treasures.
and
Yeah.
books were not democratized out by technology. So yeah, that kind of sucks.
That
Now,
really sucks.
It is not out of your, reach because you have all this knowledge from the prior world here.
Right.
But you are going to stick out like a sore thumb to everybody else as you're like, why are you obsessed with this thing that's so rare and, out of reach?
And how does she know the general process behind like potentially making books? Like just the idea of like, oh, paper and glue and wood with a leather binding maybe. It's like that's what? You know, like
Right.
that would definitely turn some heads. To say
Yeah.
nothing of if she actually manages to make something halfway decent.
Right,
And
because just the process for making paper is really freaking tough.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna have to get used to interacting with animals because you're probably gonna start with some animal skins for the beginning part there.
Right. Like the fact that she is super familiar with books and obsessed with books, awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean she knows how to make
True.
books, right?
True.
You know, like so.
And there's different levels of technology with regards to making books across history.
Yep. And even the whole idea of it, you know, the show talking about how like she did like picture books and stuff, that could be a part of her realizing, oh shoot, it might actually be difficult to get like good quality paper where I can actually have a lot of real estate to use to write a story.
Yeah, so I only
So-
have like effectively like a page or three, you know.
You're right, you know, so it's like, okay, I gotta do picture books then because that's all I got, you know.
Yeah.
But okay.
I'm also excited for her to meet inevitably the passionate artist. That's my next character that I'm envisioning is going to be introduced here. Is we need that other kid that just loves the idea of painting or drawing or something, and she's gonna be like, "You, me,
Right.
we're gonna collab."
Trade off
I got,
her, you know.
I got the knowledge. You get, incredible business
Right.
opportunity, and I get your art skills. You know.
I'm waiting for her to get into trouble. Like
Okay.
maybe she'll be too sensible, you know, and whatnot. But like
I think she'll get in trouble with her parents being just generally a bit, like.
yeah, like she immediately made an
Hyperfixated,
absolute
you
mess
know.
with the whole house really.
Yeah.
But okay, and this isn't what I was originally expecting when I saw
Oh, me
her waking
neither.
up in the wooden area of like, oh, they're out, you know, by a village maybe. Mm-hmm. No, they were in a full-on townhome on
Right.
the 4th floor or something,
Yeah.
you know, in a city. That is very different from what I expected.
Right.
That's
we
a
are
big
in
deal.
We are in a hyper-developed section of the world,
Mm-hmm.
and one that is ruled by a noble
Yep.
or a king, and some kind of noble class system that's basically
Right.
built things here. So very feudal potential stuff
But
here.
not as bad as it could be, right? Like if in a
Right,
lot
they're
of
not
ways,
beset by wild animals or bandits,
yeah, like
Yeah.
because in a lot of ways, she's a bookworm. She's not, you know,
Right.
Senku or something, right?
Right.
So if she was in a situation where it's like, all right, you're out in your little hovel, and you know, Dad was just conscripted to hold a pointy stick in the militia for the noblemen as they
Some
go off to
random
die somewhere.
stupid conflict,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like no, you'd just be screwed. There'd be
You'd just
nothing you
screwed.
could do.
Your
You
family
know,
dies in winter.
this
yeah.
would not be the ascendance of a bookworm. This would be the sad
Minor
short
little,
tale
like,
of the
fart of a bookworm
right,
story. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You know, that would be the true, sort of flower child to
Safety
unliving
and
hell.
security is covered for now.
Right.
They also seem to be in a world that is at peace, so most of the people
Mm-hmm.
seem to not have any dramatic hardships with regards to
Yep.
food, survival and all
And
that
the
other
world
stuff.
is able to actually make good books. Like that was a proper looking book. It
Mm-hmm.
it didn't look like something where it's like, oh, they can make some generally kind of shitty paper or something and then just sort of
Right.
sew the
Books
pages
exist.
together.
Books
Yeah.
exist, they just cost, 5 years salary for
Right,
whatever you have.
a stupid amount of money. Yeah.
Yeah. Fun. So we
Cool.
have the impossible task. We have the plucky underdog protagonist trying to set things up here.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the idea that she got a body that is physically frail. Like she has low stamina
Mm-hmm.
just in general. So maybe she has some breathing issues or something like that. But the idea that maybe it's also something that can be solved by bringing her book knowledge into this world as well. She
Sure.
can elevate other technologies by
Oh,
just
absolutely.
creating easy access to those little practices and stuff.
Yep.
I'm excited to learn how good her memory is, because that's the part that's going to remind me of a certain character from FMAB that gets used in kind of a silly way, but in this one where we need to build out the world building from the ground up, we might take things in a much more serious and grounded way.
Yes. Yes.
Although
Because-
this world does have magic, so that's going to potentially handwave a lot of the more
Yeah.
conventional problems.
And that
you
was
know?
the like starting in the future with the Mr. like deep voice
High
anime
priest or
villain,
what have you, yeah.
whoever that is. That also is the person that has access to magic and everything. And after she's like established herself and whatnot as a
Right,
person
she's
of
probably
interest.
in the cathedral right now.
Sure, yeah.
At some point where...
But that's a fun, like, just sort of mystery for the future of both the promise of progress,
Yes.
right? Hey, she is actually going to succeed at these things. But then, two, that's going to have various impacts on her life and, you know, the way things are and stuff.
And her family, potentially.
Yeah, and her family. Like, because, I mean, one, her family was not present there, and that could be that she's just doing her own thing now.
Sure.
But, you know, at the very least, when I think of, oh, hey, you're going to figure out how to make a book, and books are super expensive and for the nobility, you could entirely turn around your family's financial situation because of this, right?
And you could also make enemies of the nobility rather
Sure,
quickly.
because it's the, oh, wait, what? You know?
You were making children's books, and that was cute. But then suddenly all of our information just became dramatically less valuable because you ended up making it available to so many people. In fact, some of the practices that you're using, we don't even know what those are. Like,
right. Like, it's... shit could get wild.
Yeah,
So
this is fun. I just love that for now, we're taking a really relaxed pace with things because it's the shock of just this moment and the change. But we could go full Dr. Stone with this. Like,
the shock of the moment and the, hey, this show, if the title wasn't any indication, is very much a vibes show for all the people who like the books.
Oh, yes.
So we are going to talk about how awesome books are.
Oh,
you
yes.
know, because this character has an obsession with books.
yes.
You know, and
in case you didn't know.
and if you don't have an obsession with books,
That's
well,
okay.
One, either this is a great place to start, or this might not be the show for you because that's what this show's about.
That's the whole dang thing.
Yeah. We are here to talk about how you can put, you know, information from your brain
ideas
onto a physical thing, and then someone else can get that same information into their brain. And isn't that awesome?
It's awesome.
Right?
So freaking cool. And the things that you can put on the page might not even be real. It can just be something you totally made up in your head.
Yep.
And then someone else reads this and goes, I now have an image in my head of the things that they originally thought of in their head. So this thing that also doesn't exist, two people can see the information that was used to communicate the exact same thing and come up with like 88%, you know, similarities across the images. There's so many other little fun things that can be described there.
It's pretty wild. So
have you ever seen that one where people are like, draw this protagonist as you think of them? Like, and then, you know, the idea that everyone has like a slightly different image in their head of what the
especially if it's like
protagonist
before
actually
any
looks
movie adaptations
like.
or anything. Yeah,
exactly.
Well, that was, so I recently went and got the old audiobooks for Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the more recent audiobooks have, like, they're done by Andy Serkis, and it's great. But this version of the audiobooks was from before the movies. So you got to see the interpretation of these characters before Lord of the Rings, right? You know, before, like, the movies that changed, you know, modern, like, you know, cinema and things like that, right? So it was fascinating to be able to go through and be like, oh, that's how...
And that wasn't that long ago.
Right, yeah. And yet, it's a whole other world for me, you know? I'm excited to see where this goes. I was surprised that they didn't really show much at all of her life before coming here. Like, I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, there was a mention of like an, you know, ancient era and all that stuff, but I'm still not entirely sure what is the baseline that she's comparing things to? I think other than just that she had access to books and
I think it's in some ways that it's not that important, really. Yeah. But yeah, she could be from anywhere, anytime. The only thing that's, you know, definitive is that she was in a place that was probably Earth and probably was post.
Post-printing press at the very least.
Well, yeah, but post, I would say, like, you know, modern times, you know, in general. Like, you know, in that general modern
generally
time.
Modern. Probably not more than 200 years ago, you know, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, all right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon and get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So, yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.